John O'Groats, a village on the northeastern tip of Scotland. This is where my next adventure will start. The adventure, the Great British Divide. We will be travelling from John O'Groats in Scotland to Land's End in Cornwall. 1,200 miles or 2,000 kilometres is all that stands in our way. This journey will see us traverse the length of mainland Britain through Scotland, England and Wales on an off-road bikepacking adventure.
Guess there's just one thing left to do. That's right guys, well, today we are starting the GB Divide, the Great British Divide, to Land's End, about 1,200 miles, about 2,000 kilometres of bikepacking epicness. Now, we have just done like the first 30 miles from John O'Groats, which was like the first part that's actually off-road, a nice road slog to start us off with, but now we are in the beauty of the Scottish Highlands, of the wilderness, and it's super peaceful today. And this trip we will be, of course, doing it on the Sonder. Why? Because you guys said so. I put the vote to you guys. You guys chose the Sonder, so we will be taking on this epic route on the Sonder. So the questions are: will the bike make it? Will Josh make it? But the real important question is, will these shoes make it? That's right. This is probably going to be the final outing for these shoes, and let's see if they hold up. They've got holes in, but we're going to take them for their final journey, and hopefully they'll make it to the end. As always with these trips, we will be wild camping, and hopefully we'll get some good wild camping spots. I'm sure we will have a good few decent nights, especially in Scotland and probably Wales as well. And as always, our plan is never really a plan, it's just to get as far as we can each day, take every day as it comes, see what happens, just keep moving forwards and pushing through them miles. Now we're starting on these beautiful gravel tracks, and there's barely a breeze. It's a bit cloudy, but it's a nice, about 8 degrees right now. It's just mild, it's just beautiful, it's just right, it's just perfect. It's just a perfect day to be riding in Scotland. So this is Scotland, guys. Let's make a move. Wow guys, what a beautiful start to the GB Divide. I've done about 46 miles, coming up to the 50-mile mark. It's currently about 12:30, so making really good progress. It's always really nice in Scotland, especially when the weather's like this and there's no wind, because you can just crack through miles so easily. Perfect gravel bike sort of conditions, a little bit wet, but yeah, really nice. I'm gonna stop. There's some of these Texan style barbecue crunch things. Should be good. And just enjoy this view. Perfect time coming up to the 50-mile mark and find a bench. Great start. Also gonna pick up some water from that river over there, and then got a little bit of a road section for a little bit. I'm not sure how long. And good start. So still out here. There's no wind. It's just so peaceful. It's like no sounds. You can't hear a car, which is the nicest thing in the world. And it's just generally very peaceful today. Barely a breeze. Got some water. Let's crack on. As we're sort of following the railway line, it's just super flowy and fast going. Currently at like 60 odd miles. What a day it'd be. And I think this is what we're going to try and do. Get to the 100-mile mark for the first day on the GB Divide. That would be like the best way to start an epic ride with a Century. Let's see if we can do it. Alright guys, I've done 92 miles so far. It's currently 5 PM, so we've got about 40 minutes, maybe half an hour until the sun sets. Just over there, I can actually see the sun just behind them mountains. Absolutely beautiful. Such an easy day in terms of terrain. It's not been technical at all. Just easy gravel roads, and then this type of stuff. Through the mountains. Beautiful. I don't know if I'm actually going to hit the 100-mile target. I'm looking out now for somewhere to camp. I want to get to camp before it gets dark. While we're in Scotland, we should be able to find somewhere good, hopefully. Right, I'll see you at camp. Jesus, that is flying well low. I hope it's okay. Right guys, I found somewhere I'm going to camp. I got myself a building, and with this view. Absolutely beautiful, and still very calm. Slight breeze now, but nothing much. I could, even if I wanted to, if it does get a bit windy, which I don't think it will, I could even camp in the actual building. The ground here is actually not too bad. Normally these ruined buildings just bricks everywhere and you can never sleep anywhere, but this is actually pretty decent. I don't think I will, because I quite like the idea of that as my view. I think we're just going to set up the tent here. So in total today we've done 93 miles. Now the way I've structured this ride on my Garmin is in like 7 sections. They're all around 180 to 200 sort of miles. So I've got done 93 of this one. We've got 93 more until we complete part 1. Right, time to set up the tent and relax a bit. Whoa, good pedally day. Right guys, set up camp. That view is absolutely beautiful. The ground is really nice. We're gonna have some pork pies for dinner, but We've done 90 odd miles. Now today has just been so good. Like, if every day is as good as that, and there's no wood, but touch wood, as easy as that, I know it's not going to be easy as that, but yeah, today, first day, great start to the GB Divide. Now I'm going to watch that sun sort of set behind their mountains. Oh, and by the way, the plane was fine. It just sort of went phew and then up. It's like somebody playing GTA, but in real life. Right, I'm going to enjoy this view, and I'll see you bright and early in the morning for day 2 of the GB Divide. What a beautiful start to the route. Well, good morning guys, good morning. This is day 2 of the GB Divide. Last night was just so nice. It's just so quiet. It's so peaceful. It wasn't really that cold. I think it probably got, like, the coldest it got was maybe like 4, maybe 3 or 4, something like that. So nice and toasty warm. And just generally, it's just so quiet. I had something to eat last night, and then I just put my head in the pillow, fell asleep. It was a good night's sleep, and some nice views to wake up to. Got some snowy topped mountains over there, and I need to get packed up. As nice as this camp spot is, we need to start cracking through some more miles for day 2. Rightio guys, let's go. Let's see what the trails have got to offer. Another nice and cloudy day, but it's not cold. It looks like we are going to be heading through them mountains somehow. Should be fun. And let's go have fun today. So let day 2 begin. Well guys, done about 20 miles this morning. It's just been absolutely glorious. Through the mountains, so calm, not a breeze, just perfect riding conditions. I'm about to descend, and then we're gonna stop and have a bit of breakfast, I think. Worked up a bit of an appetite up that climb there, but these views guys, absolutely beautiful. We're basically following the Great North Trail at the moment, in reverse though. Alright, let's descend, let's find somewhere to have a bit of breakfast. Oh guys, that was a lot of fun. I got a bit carried away and just carried on. I got to like this sort of flat pedally section and we just kept going and going and going. I've actually ended up doing like 36 miles now. It's nearly midday, so we've kind of skipped breakfast. We're moving straight on to lunch. We got a pizza and a salami. Now today's goal is to try and complete this section of my Garmin route. There's about 60 miles to go. And well, I'm running a bit low on food and stuff. I've got enough for today, probably enough for tomorrow morning. We should be fine. I know the next nearest sort of built up place is Fort Augustus, but that's still a good 80 miles away, maybe even 90. So the goal today is to try and get kind of close to there. You might find a shop along the way, possibly, I'm not sure. But that's the goal for today, is just to try and get as close to Fort Augustus so we can stock up tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow morning we'll be going up Koryak, I don't know how to pronounce it, Koryak Pass. That should be fun, especially if we do it first thing in the morning. Some pizza. We've done 36 miles or something so far today. Today has just been nice, just flowing through the mountains and then flowing down them. Yeah, it's just been good. It's just been good. Nothing, again, nothing too technical, but this is what Scotland's like. It's not like Wales, which will be a future story. Now Scotland's nice because Scotland goes around the mountains and finds the shortest way out, instead of like Wales and England where they're just up and down. So you're able to get a good amount of miles done. So far, so good. Food time. Let's keep moving forward. Beautiful day. Right guys, so we've got 34 miles of this section of the route. I've done about 60. These trails are just made for me, I tell you. Pedally long uphills to long sweeping descents. Just absolutely perfect for my style of riding. Everything's rideable, nothing too steep. We have found the more off-road sections today, which has been good. We'll definitely get another 15 miles done, I think, for sure. And then within that last 20, I'll probably start looking for somewhere to camp. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good today. I haven't found a shop today. And so unless I find one in the next 15 miles, Fort Augustus will be where we do a little refuel and a stock up. Oh, just absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna get these next 15 miles cracked out and just enjoy these views. Good morning guys, good morning. Sun's not quite up yet, but it is starting. Daylight is arriving on day 3 of the GB divide. Ended up getting to camp just sort of as it was getting a bit dark last night. Ended up camping by Loch Garve, and I didn't want to go any further because we've only got a few miles, maybe like I think 8 miles until we get to the end of this little route on my Garmin. And because we're going through a place called Contin, and there is going to be a shop there, definitely there's a little village shop, which is good news because I underestimated just actually how far Fort Augustus was from the end of this point, because it's actually still about 50 miles away. So yeah, definitely underestimated that a little bit. We've got about 2 climbs to get to Fort Augustus, and then we've obviously got the Corriac Pass, but we'll try. So it looks like we're going to be going over the Corriac Pass probably in the afternoon, evening sort of time. But we'll see how we get on. We've got to get over 2 climbs today. But first things first is let's go and try and get some supplies in Contin and get this camp set packed up. Right, we found the shop. Breakfast is served in good old Scottish fashion, iron brew, and we've got a honey chili chicken sandwich, and I've also stocked up on a few little bits that should cover us the next sort of 50 miles to get us to Fort Augustus. Let the breakfast commence. Looks pretty good. So from now on, we've got 2 big climbs until we get to Fort Augustus, and about just under 50 miles. Let's eat breakfast. Let's go climb some hills. Right guys, what an epic day so far. I've done 38 miles, so I think we got maybe like 10 miles or so until we get to Fort Augustus, which is good news. Today I'm just feeling great. We're currently climbing up probably the last climb until we get to Fort Augustus. It's just been beautiful. I'm feeling really good. Like, my brain feels good, my body feels amazing, I feel well rested, legs feel great. Just generally I feel in good spirits, and I think that's always, and on long trips like this one, you've always got to kind of hold on to their moments because they don't always last. I know there's going to be some days of hell on this ride, I'm sure, days that just aren't going my way, but right now everything is glorious and it's beautiful. We've got a few more miles until we get to Fort Augustus, where we will have a good meal of shop snacks and make our way up the Corriac Pass. I believe that is the highest point on this route, or it's like joint highest point on the route. I think it's the highest though. Right, let's just keep pedaling up these climbs and then down to Fort Augustus. But Super, super nice gravelly climb that. Right guys, we have just cracked through 56 miles so far today, feeling good as well. It's drizzly now and it's getting quite cold. We've just stopped, we finally got to Fort Augustus, we finally made it, and now we're going to have some dinner. We're going to have like a little 3-course meal while we're here before we make the final big climb of the day. For starters, we've got a macaroni pie. For mains, we've got a chili con carne. And dessert, which I've already started, we've got some crimbles. Nice. And some milk. Absolute cracking day, lots of beautiful views. Riding has definitely been starting to get a bit more rougher, but some absolutely flying descents down some flying gravel roads. But now we got to head up to the top of the next big climb. Now it's currently about 4 p.m, so there is a bovvy halfway up this climb, so I might end up staying there, but I'm quite tempted to get right to the top and just camp on the top. But we're just going to sort of make our way up to the top and see what it's like, because up there it might be a bit windier or colder, but so far today it hasn't been too windy or too cold, but we'll see. Food time, and then up we go. Well guys, this is the bovvy. Nobody in it. Too light. Quite nice. Somebody's left some lollipops. Ooh, spooky. I don't think I'm going to stay here though tonight, because the weather's actually pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to stay here tonight because the weather's actually pretty decent. It's a little bit misty and cloudy, so I don't know if I'm going to camp right at the top. I might descend tonight, I don't know. We're just going to keep climbing. We're going to get to the top, but not a bad little bobby. But yeah, I just want a night out in the tent still. Right, let's keep climbing up this mountain.
What a view to wake up to, guys. We got snowy mountains over there. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. So I got to the top yesterday of that climb, that mountain, just as the sun was setting. It was absolutely beautiful. I did start to like scramble down the climb last night in the dark. Wasn't much riding going on. It was a bit of a hike a bike down because it was a bit snowy, just a bit too dangerous to be riding. So ended up scrambling down a bit to get a bit lower, and this is where we ended up camping. Ended up doing about 69 miles last night, lol. And as I'm descending, I just see this little flat area and I'm like, I'm camping there. We had this like moon was shining. I didn't even need the torch to set up the camp. Oh, it was just quite nice. It is kind of grey. It is a bit drizzly rain at the moment. And over the next few days, it's actually over the next week, it says, the weather forecast says it's meant to get cold. Well, starting to get down into the minuses again. But this is day 4 of the GB Divide, and we are just descending Corriac Pass. It's snowing! Do love a bit of snow. Just a sprinkle though, nothing too heavy. Oh, it's just such a nice view. I'm still not even packed up, I'm just enjoying the view. Alright, let's get packed up and let's go down. Let's go down there. Day 4. First time the sun has been out on this trip, guys. Oh yes, how nice. What a morning. Beautiful, beautiful morning. Got some blue skies and the sun is out. Happy, happy days. Hi bogies. Oh. Well, we've done 16 miles this morning. Super beautiful again. Today I'm feeling like a bit heavy-eyed. Body feels good, but definitely feel a bit tired today. That's why I was saying yesterday, sometimes you just have to really like embrace how you're feeling in the moment. But today, according to like the route elevation, it's pretty flowy by the looks of it. There's a couple of ups, then we come down, and then it just sort of stays sort of level. So today might be a good day to get like some real good miles out. Maybe even hit our first century of the route of the GB Divide, but we'll see. I'm gonna have some breakfast. We got another one of these macaroni pies, these banging things, and yeah, look at this, absolutely beautiful. Today's actually a bit colder. I don't know if that's just because I'm higher up, probably, but yeah, it's just generally a little bit colder. I'm actually able to ride with the jacket on, but yeah, it's just really beautiful. So we are still on the second part of the route that I've split on the Garmin, but we've only got 78 miles, I think, of that to go. So if we can knock that out today, that would be great. Right, I'm gonna have this banging macaroni pie and just generally enjoy this view for a bit. It's absolutely beautiful. This road here, guys, my Garmin, it says the road to the Isles. Now, it's the road towards Cora, and it's got to be, if not the best road in the UK, right? It's up there, because I mean, just look at that. Absolutely breathtaking. I'm the only one out here. Part of me loves that. The selfish side of me absolutely loves that. But I kind of wish more people were out here just seeing this and enjoying this right now. Even though it's cold, even though it's not the sunniest of days, sometimes you just got to go out on days like this, because this is where the magic is. I mean, right guys, so just come from along the Rannoch Road, I think that's what it's called, from Cora. I don't remember that road being so draggy and just grindy. It was also like really sandy gravel, so every now and again it was just like whoosh, and just quite hard work, but we got over. Now it looks like we've got about 8 miles on the road until we get off-road again. We've done nearly 50 miles, 47 miles, and we've got another 50 miles of the route that we're following so far to go. So hopefully we'll get pretty close, if not all the way today. We're gonna have a quick bite to eat before we crack them last few miles, them last miles out. Got a caramel chocolate that's been open in my bag, and some chicken and chorizo bites. Okay, so far, feeling a bit stiff right now though. Gonna do some stretches.
Well guys, final climb for the day. Currently done 73 miles, got about 20 miles of the route part to do, and well, I guess today has been another non-eventful day. It's just gone very plain sailing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete these 23 more miles. It's going to get dark in about half an hour. I must say it's still pretty light now, and it's 5:30. Summer is nearly here. The days are definitely drawing out now, which is nice. But I'm going to ride into the night a little bit tonight, and just clock off the rest of these 20 odd miles, or as close as possible. And as always, I will see you bright and early in the morning, hopefully at a good camp spot.
Good morning guys, good morning. Today you're joining me a few miles past a place called Killen, and well, we ticked off another 90 miles yesterday, so good going again. I was doing some maths yesterday, and today, after 4 days of riding, we have done about 350 miles, give or take a few. And that means we have about 850 miles, give or take, until we reach the end of this trip. Now, we have about 150 miles until we reach the English-Scottish border. So, I think today, if all goes well, today could be the penultimate day of Scotland, possibly. It's still a fair way to go, a fair amount of climbing to do, but it's within reach. No beautiful views to wake up to today, but just the glorious sound of birds. I just camped up in a woodlands, and it's just really peaceful here, really quite nice and cozy and warm. I could definitely just sleep here all day today, but we got to get on for day 5 of the GB Divide. So let's get packed up and head on. Right, day 5 of the GB Divide. Today's day is looking kind of like it's going to be the first day of the ride so far. They were kind of back to civilization as we head down towards Stirling and between sort of Edinburgh and Glasgow. But for the first 40 odd miles or so, it looks like we're kind of following sort of the towns and stuff. So it's actually going to feel a bit weird seeing the people, because the last few days I have not really seen anyone. The odd car driver on occasion, that's about it. But yeah, so it looks like today, at least for the first part, will be kind of built up areas. But today we're starting off following this old railway. Day 5 of the GB Divide. Let's go. Right guys, so super easy, chilled out morning. I've just come through Stirling. I've done about 35 miles. It's currently 11 PM. This morning has just been all road, minus like 10 miles this morning to Calendar, I think it was. That bit was just like a nice cycle track, old railway kind of line type stuff. And then it's just been all nice quiet roads, but it's been some nice easy miles to get done this morning, which is not a bad thing. Yeah, should be a pretty simple day, hopefully. I think once we sort of get level with Edinburgh and Glasgow, things should start getting a bit more off-road again. But I'm just going to keep churning out these miles while they're kind of easy. Whew. Right guys, so I have done 18 miles so far today, so I think I've earned a little breather, a little break. So we're gonna have some sausage rolls, chill out for a little bit. Now I've done so well today. I've done 80 miles. We've got 106 miles left of this part of the route, which is the 3rd section. And I think around 60 miles or so until we get to the border. So I don't want to do too many more miles today. I'm going to get that route down to 100 miles, so another 6 or 7 miles, and then we're going to start looking for somewhere to camp. Hopefully we can do that in time before it actually gets dark. But I tell you what, it's way colder today than it has been the whole trip. It's currently about 2 degrees. You know, to ride with a jacket on, which is weird because we are a lot lower today than we have been on this whole trip. Food, and then let's go find somewhere to camp. We have finally started to hit a couple of off-road trails now. Oh well, good morning guys, good morning. Today is day 6 of the GB Divide and I'm tired. Today is the day. Today is the first day I've woken up where I just feel like I don't want to wake up and I just want to carry on sleeping. Last night we didn't find anywhere to camp until it got a bit dark. It was about 8 PM, half 8 by the time I found somewhere to camp. But in turn, while looking for somewhere to camp, it did mean we ended up doing 102 miles yesterday, which means we broke the 100-mile barrier on this trip for the first time. And we are now heading up to the highest point on this section of the route. 102 miles has got me feeling tired. But today should be the day we finish Scotland. We are around 50 to 60 miles away from the border, I think. So today should be that day. However, looking at the elevation profile and the route, it looks like it's going to be a grind. Looks like it's going to be some hiker bike with some steep climbs, some steep descents. But today should be the day we make it out of Scotland. Fingers crossed. Today it looks like we're starting off with a bit of a hike. But it is damn beautiful around here. But it did. When I got into camp last night, it was already about 0, so it's probably going to be quite a cold one up the top of this mountain hill. Let's get out of bed. Well guys, it is sunny and the skies are blue. How nice. That was a long ass hiker bike. Hard way to start the morning, but I mean, it's sunny, it's clear. Oh my God, and we finally get to descend down here and continue on towards England. England, here we come. There's always these moments on these rides when you're getting so close to like a major point in the ride, like the England-Scotland border, because I mean Scotland I think is like, it's probably like 40% or something of the total miles of the ride or something, because you know there's a lot of miles in Scotland. So when you're getting so close to the border, so close to a certain point in a ride, everything just feels 10 times harder. Every little climb just feels harder, and you just really want to get there, and you just crawl along. I guess that's what makes it so rewarding, eh? Have a cookie. We're getting there, guys. We are going to make it today. We are going to get to that border at the minimum. I reckon another 30 miles. Just doing a bit of a aero hiker bike. Gets you there faster. At least 0.1 mile per hour quicker this way, I reckon. Oh, antenna up there that you probably cannot even see. Just past that is the border. We're so close, guys. Just one big hill divides us. Scotland. Come on, let's keep going.
And there we go, guys. We've made it today to Scotland. No, we haven't. We've made it back to England. So the first part of our epic journey from John O'Groats to Land's End is now complete. We have now completed Scotland, and Scotland has been epic as always. And now it's time to head into North England. Whew.